Hello everybody, this is Jack B1024 and welcome to episode 30 of our Dynamic Factorio Let's Play. Between the episodes, Why is this train not working? Okay, we'll have a look at that. I set up the circuit network for our first production area so that it can now state when it's full of iron gears and fill them up. But for some reason it is not doing that, so we'll have a look at that. I also fixed up the train line. So, as I said before, trains coming down from the mines, they don't ever actually need to go into the waiting bay. Instead, they can now go straight on down to all of our production and furnaces. I also changed it so trains coming up from our production furnace area, if they need to go back down, say they're picking up, plates and they're going to have to drop them off at the production area, they can just skip going through the waiting bay and use this line to go straight down. Now I've put in this new line here going to the east. This line will be used today, in today's episode. And in today's episode, there's two things I want to get done. I want to get green science done. So that'll take, green science has one production area. We need one for the inserters, so that's a second. And circuits and transport belts. Transport belts will take one, circuits will take one, and copper cables will take one. So that's 5 production bays we need to set up. But that should be really easy now that we have our new production bay blueprint. I should just be able to stamp that down 5 times, set it up, and that should all be done. I also want to see if we can get time to get a second train on this network and get it running. But before we do all that, we have to figure out why these iron plates are not, iron gears are not getting picked up. So let us head down there and see what's going on. So my current thoughts is it might just be a simple issue of the train stop not being set up correctly. But no, that looks like it is set up correctly. Yep. And we've got, okay, cool. We've got 20. That's going up here. Now this should on the red line have what the result from our quest is. Shouldn't this green line go into... Does it go into this one? I thought it went into here. Well, that's just a buffer, so that doesn't matter. I might have moved it to there just because that way we don't get extra info on there, but shouldn't have mattered. Okay, yep. You go to there. Here we go, we've got a signal of 19k, which I believe should have where we want to go next. Yeah, 15 and 56. Yeah, that makes sense. 56. Where's your red? The red here isn't connected. That looks like that is the issue. Okay. Well, PB2 unloader. Okay, well that fixed the train issue, but that does show that we do have an issue with our train setup. As I said last episode, let's just open up this so I don't have to follow the train around. The train would have been at the production bay 1 unloader, and it should have waited for a destination and 5 seconds of inactivity. Now, it was getting no activity because none of these were told to do anything, which meant that it was just sitting here. Then, when we finally did connect that, it got the destination before any of these inserters had had enough time to actually insert something into the train. Which means that there's definitely not enough of a delay between it getting its destination and the inserter being able to tell it where to go next. So the way to fix that is just to add a bunch of inserters to add a delay. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 at 60 ticks per second. That's what, a sixth of a second. I hope that's long enough. We'll have a look. Well, we won't get another chance to test that for a bit. Though, we could always just recreate the bug that we just had, as that would recreate the testing condition. But I would assume that our train's gone up here first. Okay, so that should hopefully fix that. We'll test that out a little later. In the meantime, we'll get our green sign set up. And we'll let our train do what it needs to do. Now, actually, I want to check just before I start doing this that... I don't see a request. I don't see a demand for iron gears. I don't see the supply of iron gears, both of which we should have. Yep, this thing believes it. Oh, because our train arrived with nothing in it, a circuit that normally can tell what a train's dropping off wouldn't be able to tell what it dropped off because, well, it dropped off nothing. So it hasn't actually reset this thing telling it that a train came with iron gears. So let's just pretend that we were the train with iron gears, and there's our request. As for why this one didn't send off a request stating that it has iron gears, let's have a look at that. Could be a similar issue. Why is there an input signal of a train destination on this line? Do we have the same thing down here? Because if we do, that would indicate that there is some sort of bug in the system. I do not see it. But then we haven't had a train come to drop, to pick stuff up. Well, we'll reset that. And that should mean... Yep, we got a supply and we got a demand. It's busy doing other stuff though, so we'll go and do other stuff while we wait. So let's head over this way. We'll get out of the car. I don't know if this is in the it is, but these two roboports aren't connected. So let's connect them together, and then we can just lay down a request for this. So I think what we'll do is we'll just have our new line going down this way. We'll have this line also go across, and that way trains can come down this line and they can come back up this line and across. So now for our 5 blocks. Are these going to be... Do these have... They have a roboport as part of them. Is this the right circuit network? It does not look like it. No, this is the right one. This is the correct blueprint. Okay. I think our roboports might be a bit far away on these blueprints, so we'll have to work on that. But looks like if I just line the bottoms of the train tracks up with each other, then it is in the correct spot. So there. Quickly step onto the train tracks just to get down. There, and we need just one more. And there, and that should be... These should be all the production bays we need to get our green sign set up. So The only issue I can think of is that our roboports won't actually be overlapping with the roboports that they're going to create over here. And they're not. We need to be here to be in the construction range, which is fine because our poles can just go straight down, so we'll build that there, we'll give it a pole, and we might actually change the blueprint just to include this roboport in it. Should actually give the roboport a way to get power. Okay, so the construction bots are going to be busy for a while doing all that. I don't have anywhere making radar dishes, so let us go and make that right now. I did a few changes over here, just basically changing a few steel chests to be your normal passive provider chests. So the lights are that now. We've got one set of belts that are connected to that now. I added crafting station to make chain signals and normal signals. They're both also connected to logistics provider chests. We have also made a spot to make our big electric poles that are also connected to it. You know, just more stuff, so more of our construction is completely automated. But we don't have anywhere making radars. So let's look at them. Electronic circuits, iron gear wheels, and iron plates. Which means that actually, once all these production bays are off, we could have made a production bay to make us radars. But we don't have that yet. We do have half the objects we need on this belt. Which means that if we need slightly more room. I also moved where this iron ore belt goes. So it used to go up and across here, up here. It would go up and come back across and down. Now it just goes down. Made more sense to do it that way. If we do this one making gears, this will need to be actually a tier 2 because it will need 3 ingredients. There we go. This way we can have there, there, this making radar dishes. We'll put a logistics chest down here and we'll let it fill up with 2 stacks will be plenty, I think. Okay, all of these things also aren't being provided by anything. Now we can get our inserters up here, put them in one. It's apparently not in range of any logistics network, so let's put that there. Now, blue inserters, red inserters, and tier 2 assembling machines and crafting combinators all still need to be added. Okay, so for our fast inserters, I skipped a bit because there were some dogs outside making a lot of noise. We can get inserters from this line, and we can get our iron plates and our green circuits from this line. Now, to get our inserters down, we could bring it this way. It would be a lot of spaghetti, but it would be possible. I wonder if we could construct it, say, over in this area. Do I have... What's needed to make landfill again? just stone. I'll need a lot more than that to fill up this little area over here, but that did basically nothing. Well, let's start bringing these inserters down. This gear thing's in the way. So what we can do... have a look at these new okay, that's what we want to do. So we want only inserters going out the right. It's nice that you can do that now with splitters. Couldn't do that when I started this series back in 0.15. Okay, bring this up this way. Hopefully we can use this to gonna need more landfill. Let's go and create some assembling stations making landfill. Those dogs that I'd hoped would be quiet seem to still be going at it, so hopefully you guys can't hear that. I'll see if I can change my levels to make it not as loud. Okay, just get a bit more and we should be able to put down a crafting, an assembling machine for those. Seems like we're running low on... oh no, what is going on here? Oh no. That was a mistake. And that is going to be quite a costly mistake. Actually, it's not too bad because it'll just clog up my copper smelters up here. So I can go and pick it all up from there in a bit. Okay, now that they're actually correctly going, let's see if we have... enough of all that to get at least one assembling machine up and running, creating us our blue inserters. There we go. Now what do red need? Red need similar, but they need iron gear wheels instead of instead of circuits. Which means that I might actually just build it straight next to it. Need one of them, and I'll need some more iron gears. There we go. Put that there, put this here. Yep. Need more electric poles. Okay, so this can make us our iron gears, this can make us our long-handed inserters. They can go there. Fill up to 4 stacks and 2 stacks, that should be enough. That should be all we should need. Oop. Helps to have an inserter there. Okay, what else is needing to be made? Combinators. Combinators should... We've got over 100 of them. And this is all part of that. Oh, look at that. The logistics networks just don't match. That is an annoyance. So let's go and fix that. Let's see if our red science is being made, and it is. So there we go. We can now make red science packs. This one will be making something different. That's a better spot. Now they're actually connected. We should see these numbers decrease. Well, on to see what we need to make next. Okay, so we either want crafting combinators, smart train networks, or assembling machines. All 3 of those need to be made. What's the easiest? Copper cables and electronic circuits. We can get cables from here, we can get circuits from here. So, let's just do something like... We need to get our cables out. That. I have way too many construction robots on me. Much better. So this can make us our crafting combinators. We really only need, actually 2 stacks maybe. So that I get the circuits as they come by. Okay, let's pick up all of this stuff that shouldn't be here from when we stuffed up. It's a little better. We'll go with a bit more in the center. So let's just pick it all up. And why did that have an iron plate? Oh, because there were iron plates on the line and it thought it could make it into steel, which it can't. Hopefully it didn't. That would be another annoyance if we now had steel bars in our copper line, and we do. That was an issue I didn't actually expect. Okay, let's move this across 1. With that I should be able to do something like that. Is that a great way of doing that? Well, I guess this inserter always puts it onto the west side, which goes to the top, and so this will always put it on the bottom. So actually, that actually works pretty well. I'm pleased with that, how well it worked. So that's our constant combinators done. Now we need smart train stops, which are train stops and advanced circuits. Advanced circuits are only made over here. What do train stops need? Circuit, steel, iron. Circuits, steel and iron, they all exist over here. So maybe up here we can build a setup to make us our advanced train stops. Yep, it's a lot of crafting of all the automation stuff today, so we can get the maximum usage out of our robots and our blueprints. I do not have enough iron plates. I think that should be enough. Okay, so we need one up here. Would this be a good spot? Actually, this would be a good spot. So you're making advanced train stops, and then we need there we go. And then we need, look, we got a steel plate that made it all the way up here. Build it here. Take out those two. So that'll do. Long-handed inserter. Was this not meant to have iron plates on it? Oh, it isn't. So I thought we had iron plates on this, but we don't. Well, we'll just do this. Put it here. Long-handed inserter there. Short-handed there. We also need steel, so we'll do another long-handed there. So we can get circuits, we can get steel, and we'll get iron from this line here. Just use an underneathy to bring it there. And up that way. So it doesn't go into this line and, you know, accidentally make this line have iron plates on it where it shouldn't. So these can now go over here to over here, and now we have smart train stops. Do we have another network that's not connected. So actually, if we put another one of our, where's my car? All the way down there. Okay. If we put another roboport in between those two, we get a blueprint of that. That means we should have a blueprint of a setup where we can extend it without having to constantly make new roboports and place them down to actually be in the right spots. So let us look at where it makes sense to put this roboport. It'll be somewhere between these two. My thought is if we put it just on this line here, just manually get rid of these trees. Hopefully that's enough, yes. Really? You're not? Oh, they've already got all their connections. Well, that'll work. Do I have a spare blueprint? Yeah, we'll just get this blueprint and we'll copy it down here, and this will give us the right spacing for these things. There. Okay, that should mean that this will connect to the next one, which should also connect to this robo port here, because this one's connected to both of them. So now that should all be done fine. So what are we still missing? We're still missing assembling machines. How are we going for time? Was there anything that I would cut out? Otherwise this episode's probably just about done. Which means this episode was more about getting all our logistics bots, well, all our construction bots able to craft everything. And we did fix up this, and we actually got our red science packs being done. Let's just get a nice... There you go, that'll be a good screenshot for the cover art or whatever it's called, I can't remember now. And do we have a radar dish as part of our blueprint? If we don't, we might want to add one. We do, okay. So, okay, that radar dish exists, the next one just doesn't. Well, we have the next lot of our production bays being made, and once they're all made, we can just quickly set them up and we will have green science ready. Then we'll have to just make our delivery ports down here so they can actually get added to our network over here. Yeah, otherwise, this is Jack B1024 signing off. Hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you all tomorrow.